shut off. My first session today isn't until, I think, 9:15, so I do have a little bit of time to get in and kind of organize this entire mess that's next to me. If you could see it, you would probably be appalled. I have so many things that I'm bringing into work today that I don't have enough hands to carry it all in with, so we're gonna do what we can. I've got some textbooks and all of my activities for today, which I totally didn't realize that I actually made 2 activities for today's group with my preschoolers. We're gonna read If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and I have a letter C, and I cut out little chocolate chip cookies and they're gonna glue them onto the C. And then I also have my paper plate chocolate chip cookies that I'm going to hole punch some brown paper to make some chocolate chips, and they are going to glue it on a paper plate and color it brown to make it look like a giant chocolate chip cookie. So I can't imagine, being that last week I ran out of time while doing my book and my activity, that we're going to get to both. But I'm going to bring both just in case. And if anybody finishes early, like some of my higher kids, I can kind of just give them the other one. But I completely forgot, I guess, that I did both of them. So I don't know how that worked, but I do have 2 activities for today. And I guess it'll work out well for my other preschool kids because they'll probably finish it within 1 class period or 1 speech session. And then we can just do the other one the next time. But that's what I spent most of my weekend doing, was cutting out tons of lamination and cookies and ice cream cones and my mouse face, anything that I could think of, I pretty much cut out. And I'm super bummed because Michael's had a huge sale. I guess it's still going on. It started yesterday, and it was 25% off sale items, and storage containers were 40% off. So I went to go get another one of those photo box holders, like that comes with all of the photo boxes and it's in the giant container, the carrying case, and they were sold out of the clear ones. They only had the rainbow ones left, and for whatever reason, like, I'm just not on that rainbow life. I don't like it. It's just too flashy for me. I just like the plain clear ones. So it was not worth it to me to get the ones with all of the rainbow photo containers. But I'm going to see if I can order it offline, because I think that they're probably close to the cheapest that I've ever seen them, and it's kind of hit and miss. Like, they're always kind of around like between $16 and $19 when they're on sale, so it's never like a huge price difference between like one really good sale and then like a regular sale. So I try to pick them up, and I didn't think I would need any more. But I'm realizing now that as I'm cutting everything out, that I don't even have any photo boxes for the stuff that I've made so far. So they're all in plastic bags. So I have to figure out a way to get some more clear ones. Maybe I'll try a different Michael's. Or, see. They are in stock online, so that's probably what I'll just end up doing, is ordering them offline. My activities for last week went really well. And I think going forward I'm going to kind of do a book and then activity partnering. It just seems to flow the best, and I really do like incorporating books into speech therapy. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do with it. So this week we are doing If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, because we are working on the letter C. I know I thought about If You Give a Cat a Cupcake, but it was not readily available to me. I guess the library didn't have it, so we're going with the age-old classic of If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. That is pretty much it for this morning. I'm going to get in and start hole punching my chocolate chips as soon as possible, so I will check back in with you guys then, so I can kind of show you the premise of that one activity. So I will see you guys in a little bit. I just want to show you guys what I have planned for today. So like I was saying, we are reading the book If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and then for my preschoolers, we are going to work on the letter C, and I cut out some cookies, so they were going to glue the cookie all around the letter C, and then if they finish, I have my paper plate cookie activity, which is basically a regular paper plate. They're going to color it brown, and then I have these little chocolate chips that they can glue on it to make their very own chocolate chip cookie. Once we finished that, I also did print out my mouse face He looks a little scary. And then we're going to put him on tissue box like this, and I'll tape him. And then I have various things like cookies to feed him, and then cheese, and then these are some ice cream cones, and they're all different flavors of ice cream cones. So that is what I'm going to be doing with most of my lower grades this week for language and whatnot. And then I also printed out and laminated a bunch of these directional cards for my fall leaves activity, and I have all different leaves that they are going to use, and they have to follow the directions. Some of them are 2-step like this, some of them are just 1-step, and then I do have some 3-step ones. And then we can kind of discuss the leaves and talk about them. But this is what I've got so far. This will probably take me all week to do, so I'm not super worried about it. I do have some other leaf activities if we kind of get off of the following the directions, but most of my groups are younger kids this year, so we are really just going to be focusing on If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. And I kind of like this idea, like I was saying, going forward, picking a storybook and then kind of theming it for the week and doing activities based on the book. So we're going to see how this goes today, and I will let you guys know if it worked out, if it was great, if it was awful, if it was just okay, if they liked it, if they didn't like it, and we'll just kind of take it from there. Hey guys, it is my lunchtime now, so I just wanted to check in. I just got back from my other group at the other school. We did the If You Give a Mouse a Cookie book, and I ended up picking to just make the chocolate chip cookie with the paper plate, and it was so adorable, and I loved it. It went really well, and the kids really liked it, and they were able to color in their cookie and then just glue on their chocolate chips, and it was perfect for requesting more and following directions. Even prepositional phrases for higher up kids, you know, put it next to the chocolate chip, put it above the chocolate chip, put it below the chocolate chip, and things like that. We did a lot with making choices, and overall it was just a really good activity, especially for the age that I was doing it with. The book helped me work on yes/no questions, WH questions, predicting, all of the fun stuff, but then the activity really kind of emphasized everything that we were working on, so I was really excited that that went as well as it did. I always get nervous for some reason when I have like in my head how an activity is gonna go, and then if, you know, I'm always stressed that it's not gonna go like that. So I was super excited that it did, and everybody did enjoy doing it, minus one student who wasn't participating, but he did have to do it after I left. He was not allowed to participate in playtime because he did not do the work at the table with the rest of the students. So, but all in all, it was a pretty big hit. So I'm gonna have my lunch right now, and then I'm going to prep for my afternoon sessions. I think probably from here on out I'll start with the cookie activity, and then we can glue the cookies on the letter C. I just think the cookie activity is a little bit more, there's a little bit more that I could do with it rather than just gluing the cookies on the letter. So we'll start with that, and then we can do the letter C afterwards if we have time. But my afternoon, I'm doing a lot of the following directions games with the leaves, so I'm hopeful that that will go over well. I do have to still check to see if Michael's has the large case of all the photo boxes in stock on their website, because I am kind of sharing all of my photo boxes with products, and it's just kind of becoming a hot mess. So everything's kind of like shoved in one right now for this week's activities, when they should really be in 3 or 4 separate ones. So hopefully I can get that ordered, and it'll be on its way. And I'm going to go enjoy my lunch right now, because I actually do have a little bit of time before I do have to see my afternoon groups. So I will check in with you guys later, probably more towards the end of the day. Hey guys, I am on my way home right now. It is the end of the day. I did manage to get out of work by 4:30, so that's awesome. I feel like that doesn't happen too often, especially lately in this year. I did get some of the log notes put into where they needed to be, so that was super helpful. The end of the day, or the afternoon, went pretty well. One student did have a really tough time, and I kind of got my workout in. At that point, we were doing fall leaf activities, which was a huge hit for the most part. Even with my articulation kids, I found that they would rather have the task cards rather than just picking one leaf. I do still think the pick a leave would be good for larger groups, especially if you don't have a long session to do the activity, because they did kind of get hung up on what they had to do first, which one they had to do next, finding the leaves. So just in an effort to make the session and the game, go quickly so that you can get in as many trials as you need to for data for articulation, I would use the just pick a leaf card, because then they just grab any leaf and it's not an issue of finding which one or picking one that they want or anything like that. So that might work out a little bit better. But for some of my other articulation groups, it did go pretty quickly. Other ones, I think I'll just go back to using the pick a leaf cards. And then for my language groups, especially for following directions, that was a real eye-opener, especially the multi-step directions. 1 and 2 step were pretty good, but once you threw in that 3rd step, and also once you threw in the before and the after, that tended to get tricky for them, and they were pulling the cards out of order. I'm gonna head home right now and do some chores. I do have to work on a few things for school. I kind of want to start researching some books for the letter D, because that is what we will be doing next week, and I like to kind of be ahead of the game. I'm finding that leaving all of my stuff until Friday, which is my indirect therapy day, is not working out. It's just too much to get done. So I do try to start, especially lesson planning, early on in the week, and then this way, if I don't have everything done, at least I have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do, and I find that to be a lot better. So I'm gonna go home and get started on that and do some household chores. I have to do some laundry. I really have to do laundry. It's bad. So I have clean clothes, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. I'm headed into work right now. I feel like y'all are super close to my face. I did try a new spot on the windshield for the camera because I felt like it was too far to the side of my face, so I'm trying to make it as full on as I can without it being in my field of vision as I'm trying to drive, because that's not that safe. I am, like I said, I'm headed into work right now. It is about 7:30, it's like 7:25, so I feel like I'm on time. I actually did a lot of work last night. Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but I feel like I did way more than I usually do. I had fallen asleep pretty early, but I woke up around 11, and then I started working on some clip art for There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Bat for Halloween, and I got a fair amount of that done. I did the ghost, I did the bat, I did the goblin, and I started the cat, and I made the wizard hat. So I think I just have to do the owl and the chains, and I forget honestly what else is in the story, so I'm gonna have to look that up. But I feel like I got a fair amount done, and I was pretty proud of that. Small victories. I'm really trying to get a jump start on the Halloween stuff, because this October for me is pretty packed. I'm really excited about it, but that being said, it is pretty busy, so I definitely have to be on the ball, especially with my lesson plans. So I'm hoping that if I start now, the week before October, that I can kind of get some things done. I also kind of want to just plan out what I'm going to do in October, because I feel like, because I have so much stuff that I can do, and since it's my favorite season and my favorite month, that I know I'm just gonna end up spacing on a ton of options, and then I'm gonna be really sad. So I want to kind of map it out, and this way I can make sure that I can do everything that I want to do with the kids, but also kind of, make some executive decisions on what makes the cut for activities and what doesn't. I might even do 2 things a week instead of 1. It does make it a little bit more difficult, just because there are kids that are absent and there are kids that don't finish the activity within the first 20 minutes. So that kind of stinks, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the best way that I can fit the most stuff in. I know I definitely want to do There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Bat. I definitely want to do the chocolate chip ghost. I definitely kind of want to do a pumpkin picking thing. If not picking actual pumpkins, there are like Play-Doh pumpkins, like we can make Play-Doh pumpkin pieces, and I can just make a laminated placemat of a pumpkin, and then they can make the different faces with the triangles and the mouths and things. Just a whole bunch of stuff that I want to do. And there's tons of stuff for Halloween, and being that it is my favorite holiday, I want to capitalize on as many Halloween-themed activities as I possibly can, because I feel like that's just in my nature. So, we're going forward with that. I have like a whole list that I already wrote down, but I'm totally spacing on it right now. So, hopefully, I can come up with a good plan to incorporate as much as I can. But I'm gonna head into work. I have to punch out some more chocolate chips for my chocolate chip cookies because I did not do enough yesterday, and I do have my morning groups that are going to be making them, so I have to punch out some more chocolate chips, and then I have to probably work on some IEPs, honestly, because I do have an IEP tomorrow that I still have to finish, and it's a pretty big one, so I definitely want to get in and make sure that all of my information is correct, and I've got all my data in where it needs to be and whatnot. So that's my hope for that. I do also have to figure out, I have some eligibilities coming up in the month of October, and I think I have one IEP that I'm the case manager of that I believe I started like a few weeks ago, knowing and anticipating that October was going to be busy. So I definitely just want to make sure that everything for that is all set and ready to go. But I will check back in with you guys, maybe this morning, but more likely probably around lunchtime, just to let you know how everything's been going. And hopefully I'll have some chocolate chip cookies to show you that some of the kids made. And then this way you guys can kind of get a picture of what it looks like in case you guys maybe want to do it with your kids, even as a craft. Like, it's super cute. So I will let you guys know, and I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, I'm just checking in. I have about 5 minutes left on my lunch break, and I am about to clean up my fall leaves activity because after lunch I have one push-in session with students in the classroom, and then I bring the other students from that class back up here, and we are not doing leaves, we are doing cookies. But this is the fall leaf pile. These aren't all of the leaves, because I did have a lot of kids absent today, so I didn't need as many as we had. But here are what we've been working on today. Here are 2 of the cookies that my friends are working on in the other classes. Ooh, I think they're getting stuck together. So we are working on our cookies, and then my articulation and higher language kids are doing the leaf activity with these cards. These are the ones that I made up that are directional, and it has like pick a small yellow leaf, a big brown leaf, and a small red leaf. Pick a 7-point leaf, and it has 1, 2, and 3 step directions. I'm not sure if I showed this already, but this is what we've got for them. And then there is my book over there with my supplies. So I'm going to clean these up and then get these ready, because these are what my friends are making this afternoon. And then at the very end I have one group doing the leaf game. So I'm going to get to that, and then I will check back in with you guys once I am done for the day. So it is the end of the day, and I am on my way home. I had a super productive afternoon. One of my groups ended up being absent, so I was able to pretty much catch all the way up on organizing all of my log notes, which is awesome. And then I can just kind of start billing them once I get a chance, probably on Friday maybe, if I get all of my other things done. And then also, I found one book I was going to do next week. There was an old lady who swallowed a bat, but unfortunately it was checked out about 15 minutes before I got there. The librarian said, so we are going to do The Little Old Lady Who Wasn't Afraid of Anything. And I love that book too. I was trying to figure out, next week the letter is D, so I was going to do Old Lady, because D is an old and lady, and then The Little Old Lady Who Wasn't Afraid of Anything, same thing. I'm trying to make it work as long as I can get my Halloween themed things in. And I like that book because it's got all of the repetition, it's got sequencing, so we're going to do that. And we'll probably make paper bag scarecrows, I'm thinking. And also we'll probably do the sequencing puzzle, because I feel like those are two things that we can work on. And I can also do the sequencing puzzle with one of my kids at my homeschool. So that's my plan for that. I do have to make the clip art for the paper bag puppets. I found old clip art that I had, or I guess it's not clip art, it's somebody drew it with a permanent marker, and I honestly thought that one of my old supervisors had drawn it, but when I googled the story online, the template is available online, but it is legitimately a hand-drawn with a Sharpie and just photocopied. So I'm going to try to make ones that look a little bit more cohesive. It'll still be black and white so that they can color it in themselves. And then I have all of the paper bags that I just purchased as well. And they're a little bit bigger, so they should fit the scarecrow a little bit better than the regular size brown paper bags. So that's all set. I'm going to do that for a little bit once I go home and do some cleaning and picking up, and then my friends and I are actually going to meet up. We're going to go to Five Guys for dinner because it was just one of those days today, and sometimes you just need a nice burger to make things better. I think for articulation next week, I'm going to do Make a Monster, and I'm going to make monster pieces, and then they can build their monster. Again, I'll probably do them in black and white so that the next time they can color them in while I just drill sounds. But I have the giant foam dice that I got from Five Below over the summer that I've been dying to use, and I think that'll be perfect. I have, it's a 6-sided die, so for every number that they roll, they can take one thing: eyes, nose, mouth, arms, body, legs, and then they can build their monster like that. So I think that'll work out really well. I am trying to think ahead also of other articulation games I can do and activities. My books I'm pretty good with. I think, actually no, I do have all of my books planned out. Next week is the letter D. The next week after that is the letter E, and I was looking online and I saw this really cute book. I haven't read it. I didn't even know it existed. I just found it online, so I'm going to see if I can try to find it in a bookstore. It's Every Monster Needs a Haircut, I think. So I'm going to try to locate that book, and we can maybe do that for the week of the letter E. F, I'm going to do 5 Little Pumpkins, and we can do a pumpkin decorating activity along with the story, and also it's a felt board story, so I can cut out the pieces from felt and we can do it that way as well. And then G, I'm going to do my age-old favorite, Go Away Big Green Monster, and we can make the monster and also do the felt board story. And then H, I don't have a book yet for it, but pretty much any Halloween book, we can just do the letter H's for Halloween. And I think that letter is starting the week of the 30th, so that'll finish out October for our storybooks. I'm really glad I was able to kind of tie in different books with the Halloween theme to the letters of the week, because I really wanted to stick with them, since that's something that they really try to hammer in every week. They do a lot of just like whatever that letter is, crafts, and kind of work on drilling that letter and words that start with that letter. So it's not perfect, but I did try to tie it in as much as possible while still remaining true to my Halloween roots. This year I feel like is a big year of planning lessons, and then hopefully I won't have to do as much planning in the years to come. But I'm about to head home right now. Like I said, catch up on some stuff, get some stuff done before dinner. So I will catch up with you guys tomorrow on my way to work. Good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. I am out of the house at 7:15 this morning, so I'm feeling good about myself. It is, I was up really early for some odd reason this morning, trying to just be on the internet, and my internet is not working. And I don't know why. I did not have time to fiddle with it, so I kind of just decided to get up and get ready and leave, which clearly I get ready a lot quicker when I'm not watching videos. But that being said, I am a little bit early, so I'm going to hopefully go in and do some Medicaid billing and kind of finish up the log notes, because there are some that I put in where I have all the check marks in the boxes, but I didn't calculate the actual percentage. So I might go in and try to do that if I have some spare time. Last night was actually super productive because I finished 5 out of 6 of the, I guess the pieces for the book, The Little Old Lady Who Wasn't Afraid of Anything. I am just working on the shirt now, but I did the pumpkin head, the gloves, the pants, the shoes, and the hat. So that is all ready. Just have to finish that last one, and then I can send it over to myself and print it out for next week. And I still have to work on the monster clip art. Hopefully I can do that tomorrow night, and we will hopefully get that done in time. I'm actually not going to end up doing color. I debated about it, but I figured they can make the monster and then they can color it in the next time. So if it's just white with a black outline, they can pick the colors that they want. What else? Today I do have my IEP meeting at 3 o'clock, but I am hopeful that it will go well. I'm not sure if it's going to go really long. It could. It has the potential to, so we will see. That's pretty much my whole afternoon, so in case I don't get to update you until I'm back in the car at that point, that's why. I should be able to update you around lunchtime, though. Hopefully good things will come from that meeting. I think it's very much needed. So we shall see. I do have an IEP this afternoon. It has the potential to go really long, but I'm not sure if it will. So we will see, and fingers crossed, hopefully a lot of good things can come from it. I think it's been long awaited, so I'm excited to see that, you know, the child gets the help and the services that they truly need in order to be successful in their general education curriculum and inside the classroom. I'm going to get into work right now, so this way I can get started on any extra notes and kind of maybe start billing. Hey guys, I am on my way home right now. I don't think I ever got to update you in the afternoon. I was late getting back from my other school, but we had a really good day there. One of my little guys is working on just like producing sounds, and he's making way more vocalizations than I've ever heard him make, and I'm so excited to hear that, and I'm like really pumped about it. So we're working on the M sound, we're doing some of the S sound, and he's just making a lot of progress, and that's one of the things that I'm really excited about. And also my other little girl there, her goal is working on like CVC words and CV and VC words, which are just consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, and vowel, consonant. So a lot of them are like ma, 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 and she's speaking whole words pretty well, and she's actually pretty intelligible, and she can come up with some phrases. I think they're more scripted phrases, but she has used some things like yay, yay, that's cool. So she's far surpassed her goals. We're gonna have to update them soon because she is being a rock star, and I'm really happy to see that. So overall, I feel like everyone's making really good progress over there. Today, I brought my mouse activities, but I pushed in outside with my one friend, and then I did the testing with my other friend, just so I can kind of see how she produced her sounds and whatnot. She does do some voicing for the K and the G, so she will pronounce K's as G's, and she is voicing that. So we're just going to try to work on that to see. Also expanding her utterances, since she's pretty much mastered CB and VC words or sounds. So going forward, we're going to keep pushing for more improvements, which is always fun and a really big milestone, I feel like. I will check in with you guys tomorrow morning, and I will show you my stuff for what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. I am headed into work right now. It is super bright out today. Today's actually a really nice day. I think it's 74 degrees already at 7:30, and I don't hate it. If this could have been fall, the whole fall, I would be totally okay with that. I am going to head into work right now and get started on my clip art for next week, because I do want to finish that up. I'm hoping to get that done today so that tomorrow I can print everything out, because I don't have a lot of time tomorrow, I feel like. But I can stay late tomorrow, and I probably will, because I feel like it needs to be done, and I feel like that's just what's going to end up happening. I don't know why, but for some reason I don't mind staying late on a Friday, which is so counterintuitive to what I think anybody else would feel. But for some reason, I guess just knowing that I don't have to get up early to be into work the next day, it just makes me feel good. I don't know why. But I do have to work on my clip art, so I did bring my laptop today, and I do have to go through the vault files to make sure that all of the other kindergartners that were missing their physical forms have gotten their physicals and either got a hearing screening there, or if I need to screen them now, because there were a significant amount still missing a few weeks ago, and hopefully by now I feel like they should all be in. Hopefully is the key word. It's probably not, but that's okay. If they're still missing them, I'll probably just grab them to give them a hearing screening anyway, because it's not worth the wait. Oh, the sun is bright. My goodness. But I'm really happy that I remembered my laptop for one this morning, because normally I forget it, and that is a bummer when I can't do anything at work. Unfortunately though, I have no internet at my house. I don't know why. It went out, I guess sometime over, not last night, but the night before. And I spent about 2 hours last night when I got home working on it. Can't get it to work. I've tried restarting everything. I've tried clearing everything. I've completely deleted my network and started it from scratch, did a full reboot, a hard reset on the monitor, or the modem, not the monitor. And for whatever reason I'm connected, but the server keeps failing, so I'm gonna have to call my cable company when I get home from work and have them fix that problem, because when I'm home I need internet. That's just the way my life is. So, and I definitely need it so that I can post my video. I'm gonna get going, get into work. I'm noticing that my battery says 8%, and I don't have my camera charger with me, I'm pretty sure. So, we'll see how long this lasts. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so it is the end of the day. I'm on my way home. I was trying to conserve my battery today, and with 7% left, I'm feeling like that was probably a good idea. It ended up being a really good day, pretty uneventful. Everything kind of worked out the way it should. I got my clip art done and printed for the little, or there was an old lady who was not a fish anything. So that is all finished. We are good to go. I finished most of the monsters and the pieces for my Make a Monster articulation game for next week. I didn't do colored ones yet. It's just the black and white that my kids are gonna color. But I can finish that up tonight. And then Other than that, that was pretty much it. That took me right till the end of the day. So I'm gonna go home, clean a little, work on some more of the monster activity, and I'm gonna hopefully try to finish that tonight so I can just print it out tomorrow. I'm thinking I probably won't be staying late tomorrow now because a technician may be coming to my house to fix my internet, so I will not be able to stay late. Hopefully I get everything done during the day and we don't have to worry about it. But I am really looking forward to the weekend. I'm really looking forward to the fact that next week is the start of October, which is my favorite holiday, and I get to do all of my favorite activities, and I'm so excited for it. It's kind of unreal. Also, the sun is unreal. Also, it's 84 degrees here, and I'm sweating. But that tends to be Virginia weather for you. So, we're trying. I will check in with you guys tomorrow and let you know if I get everything done and I survive, because it's gonna be a tight squeeze. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Good afternoon, guys. I am coming to you a little bit late today. It's probably about 1:30. I was charging my camera all morning because I realized I left the charger here at work last night instead of bringing it home with me. Not my brightest move, not my finest hour, but that's okay. Happy Friday. I have been doing a ton of stuff today, so the good news is that I got a lot done, which I'm excited about because usually I'm very stressed on Fridays, and today I feel like I've powered through pretty much everything, and now I get to get a head start on some things for the upcoming weeks, and if I have time, I will do some Medicaid billing. But what I've been tackling so far today has been, I finished my kindergarten screenings, I did my speech screenings for the one class that handed their paperwork in last week, and I got all of that done. I did all of the hearing screenings, and then I finished all of the little old lady, the little old lady who is not afraid of everything. I keep getting my titles confused. I finished all of the clip art for that, colored and black and white, photocopied it, printed it out, we are good to go. I did my Roll a Monster game, black and white and color, photocopied it, printed it out, good to go. And then I also photocopied a sequencing activity for, there was an old lady, no, the little old lady who was not afraid of everything. I am not going to get that right at any point in time. I'm going to continue to mess it up. So I did not make the sequencing activity, so I will show you who that's from, but I did all of my photocopies. I do still have to laminate and cut it out, but that's just because I didn't bring my laminator to work today, which I probably should have, / I should probably get the second laminator like Michelle from Pocket Full of Primary does, because that's a really good idea, so I don't have to lug it back and forth, and for moments like this when I could have used to laminate, but I do not have it, so that will have to happen this weekend. It's not too much though, so I'm feeling pretty good about it, but I am going to show you right now as we're watching this, and by the time this goes up anyway, everything will be up. Right now the companion pack for the story, The Little Old Lady Who Is Not Afraid of Everything, is available in my TPT shop, so you can go check that out if you'd like, and then by this time when you watch this, the monster game will also be posted. So far, here is what I've been doing all day. So I'm feeling really accomplished today. Okay, so over here is the black and white versions, or I guess just the outline versions of all of my monsters. These are all the body parts. These are the bodies. I'm thinking that this is what I'm gonna do with my kids. This is what I envision doing. We're gonna play it the same way, except for they get to decorate it themselves, because I am doing this with some older kids, so I think that'll be a little bit more fun. But I did include a color version for anybody that doesn't have time to let them decorate, or if they just want to make it a game and not an actual craft or activity. Here are all the colored body parts, or the colored bodies, and then these are all the colored body parts. And then this is just kind of telling you, when you roll the dice, what you get to pick when you roll that number. For this game, I have it that you can steal pieces, so I currently only have one of each. I might print out some more, but I have pretty small groups this year of like 3, maybe 4, so I feel like it's fairly safe that everybody will get a chance, except for the arms and the legs. There are only 2 of those each, but if you have bigger groups you may want to print out some more, because if there are no more legs left when somebody rolls a 6, then they can steal a leg or swipe a leg from one of their peers, and the first person to complete the monster is the winner. But once again, you can kind of make this any way you want. You don't have to make winners and losers. You can do whatever you would like. This one, I think they're just going to get to pick their pieces, being that they are going to be coloring it in the next time. So that is everything for the monster game. I'm really excited though, because I will show you. I have a big dice, or a big die, that I got at Five Below over the summer that I've been dying to use, and for whatever reason this year I haven't used any dice games yet. So this is going to be a first, and it's a giant foam dice, and I'm really excited. But that's that. And then these are the pieces for the little old lady who is not afraid of anything. So this is the sequencing activity that I did not make. This is from, oh, I don't know. It doesn't have their name on it, but I will link it down below. If you'd like to use it, you can just cut it out and then paste it on some construction paper. But I will let you know who made this if I can find it and link it in the description box. And then these are the pieces to the puppet that you can make. I have it so that we are going to glue it on a paper bag and make a paper bag puppet. So they are going to get to color these in, and then we will assemble it on the paper bag. I really like the puppets. I feel like it's a really good way for sequencing. So, and the kids seem to really like it. And then these I also included a color version. What I think I'm going to do with these is laminate them and then glue some felt on the back and do it as part of my felt board story retell. You could also end up printing out colored ones if your students aren't great at coloring, or if you're just trying to, you know, focus on a different part and you don't want to focus so much on the arts and the crafts and the coloring aspect of it. You can get them printed out pre-made, so to speak. So that is that, and this is pretty much everything I'm doing for next week. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of organize it a little bit better. But, oh, here is the foam dice, or the foam die, that I am going to use with my monster game. And I think the kids are really going to like this because it's giant and you can just roll it. I have even the dots so that some of my children who are not so great at counting can just match up the picture with the amount of dots, and then they know what to pick in case they aren't able to read as well. You can also do this with following directions. I thought about including language cards in here for following directions with telling them what pieces to pick, but that kind of stunted the creativity for me for what I'm going to use it for. But if people want that, I could add that in eventually, or, you know, you could just pick it as you go and you don't even need the cards for it. So that is up to you, but I do like that you can use it for a bunch of different things. I'm using it for mostly articulation, and I think I might even use it for one of my groups with comparing and contrasting. So I'll assemble 2 different monsters and we can talk about how they're the same, what's different, and things like that. So there's a lot of different ways you can use this, not just the one way that I have kind of chosen to use it for next week. But so far this is everything. I am actually going to go ahead and clean this up and then get started on some stuff for a few weeks from now. So after I clean up all of the papers that are next to me that are blocking the entryway to my office, I'm going to get started on the candy game for not 2 weeks from now, but I think the 3rd week. It's like right before Halloween, I'm pretty sure. It is going to be similar to the leaf game that we did this week, with different types of candy and following directions and sequencing, you know, different pieces of candy, which pieces to take. I might even have some that you have to put back. So keep an eye out for that. I think that's a lot of fun. The kids really did seem to like the leaf one, so I think Halloween candy is probably going to be just as much of a hit, if not more, because who doesn't like to play with candy? Even if it's not real, that's okay. It doesn't have to be. It's still candy. So I'm gonna get started on making that, try to get ahead of the game a little bit, because usually I am kind of behind, and I will let you guys know how that works out in a little while. I've been working on some of the candy, and this is what I've got so far. I have the lollipops, I've got some gummy bears, a Reese's cup, and some Starburst so far. I have a Hershey bar already, so I think I'm gonna try to do one, maybe two more, but I think this is probably all of the candies that I need for the following directions activity. These you can't really tell, but they're little bear shapes. So yeah, this is coming up for like 2 weeks from now, I think, so I'm glad that I've gotten ahead of the game. This week, making the clip art like on Monday or Tuesday helped out immensely today. So this is usually the most time-consuming part. The rest of it, like putting it into the PowerPoint and things like that, that's just kind of tedious. But, oh, that's for my washing clothes and clothes sorting unit. But hopefully these will be enough and we can kind of go from there. Saturday, because I was terrible yesterday and did not finish out the vlog. I actually got a phone call from the internet company at like 3:45, and the gentleman was already waiting at my house, and I didn't get home until like 4:30. So I didn't get a chance to close out the vlog, so I'm here to do it today. Good news and bad news. Well, mostly actually just bad news. The good news was that I did get my internet fixed yesterday, and I figured out why my computer wasn't connecting to the servers, fixed it, it was great. Bad news, my internet is still going out. The gentleman replaced my modem yesterday, saying that the old ones weren't good, even though they shouldn't only last a year. But it's still having the same issues where I'm dropping the internet at least like 2 or 3 times every 30 minutes. So that's not good. The other bad thing was that he was hoping that they wouldn't charge me for the new modem, but that they probably would, and I would have to buy the new one. But now, since I have the same problem, I'm gonna call them on Monday and just kind of say, you need to send somebody else because it wasn't the modem. I don't know. Also, yesterday I did get my new glasses from I Buy Direct, and these are the kids frames, Little Morning. I got Little Morning these and Little Play-Doh, which I will put on. They were super affordable, I think. Little Play-Doh was $6. These might have been $11, the frames, plus then I just got the basic lenses. I just wanted to check them out. I've seen a bunch of mixed reviews. A lot of people were saying that they were horrible. Some people were saying that they were awesome. And I've never had any luck with, I guess, buying frames. Like, I've always had to try frames on, and they always look terrible on me. They're always way too big, and they never fit my face. But these actually fit really well. Normally they're too wide, and I did go based off of my old measurements, but these are in the same vicinity. These ones are a little bit more comfortable to wear than the other ones. I don't know why. It's the same prescription. I did have to, because they're children's, and I guess children don't get reading glasses. I don't really know. I did have to put in that it was a distance prescription because they do ask you when you're checking out if they're for reading or for distance, and reading was not an option. So I did have to click distance, and then I just put in my positive prescription, meaning that I'm farsighted. So it was kind of a gamble because I feel like I heard someplace that if you have reading glasses or if you have distance glasses, one of them, the lens is slightly more curved. So it was kind of a gamble, and I knew that. These ones feel a lot better. I've never needed to get used to glasses before. I don't have a very strong prescription, and it's pretty much just a magnification. So I never had an issue with glasses. The one time that I did, they were the wrong prescription. It was 2 different prescriptions, but one eye was incorrect. So I was like really dizzy and kind of off balance. And that's not the issue that I'm having with these or the other ones. So they might even also be too tight for my head because they are really tight towards the back. But it's more like just eye pain. And it never gets worse, but it also didn't get better. These feel slightly better, but like I said, it's the same exact prescription as the other ones, so not quite sure. It could totally be psychosomatic. The only thing I will say is that I ordered them last Tuesday night, and they said that they shipped Monday afternoon, like this Monday afternoon. The tracking number never worked though. So I did email them yesterday, or no, Thursday, because today's Saturday. I emailed them Thursday, kind of just asking them, because normally when it says a tracking number is unavailable and they've given you one, it means that it just hasn't been scanned in or put through. But I did remember on the website it said if you just did basic shipping that you didn't get a tracking number, but I thought that meant that you just didn't get one, not that they gave you one, it just didn't work. So I was kind of worried that they were sitting in a warehouse someplace and USPS hadn't picked them up, but it just turns out that the tracking number isn't usable, at least for me. So if that was a concern, don't expect to be able to see that you have tracked it unless you go for the expedited, or I guess the higher up shipping. I just did the basic one all the way across. You can kind of see some reflection in my lenses, but like I said, I just kind of wanted to test them out. I didn't want to spend a whole lot, partially in case they didn't work or partially in case I just never got them. But so they're not awful. I really do like them. I would like to try to order an adult pair, even though I don't know what makes these children's because they fit my face. So, and I feel like I have a big head, and there are some kids' glasses that legitimately would have been too wide for my face. So I don't know what kids are wearing those or what qualifies them as kids. I do know that the arm length is shorter, which is a godsend. I think one of mine, it might even be this one, it's 133 millimeters, and usually I end up, the highest I can go is pretty much 140, 145, and they like stick off the back of my head. Even these you can feel aren't super, like, in order for it to be like on my nose, like on my ears, the bends, like they'd have to be down here, and that's just not how that's working. But that might be the only difference. But they are really cute. I'm hoping I get used to the other ones because I really do like the other ones as well. I never thought I would look good in clear, but I actually don't hate them on me. Let me go see if I can put the other ones on and show you. These are super cute. They are matte though, so, but they're like a leopard print. Let's see, we'll take these off. But you could tell that they are really, or I guess, let's see. They get more narrow towards the back, so I was trying to stretch them out in case that is the issue. Okay. And then these are the other ones. I think they're both super cute. I know. And I was gonna wear these around, but these automatically, like I just initially start feeling like pain in my temple and over my eye. But I really don't think that's the lenses, because I checked both magnifications and they're pretty much the same. I mean, I know there could be a variance, but they do say that they are the same prescription. So something tells me that it probably is because these are a smidgen tighter. The arms are also thicker on these, so it probably has a little bit tighter of a hold in general. But I did really want to try out round glasses. Once again, I can't believe these are for children because they look really big. I mean, they fit my face perfectly, but I can't imagine like a small child wearing the same size as I do. But who knows? Maybe children have larger heads than I'm thinking. Anyway, I am probably going to wear the clear ones just because they are more comfortable, and I am heading out to Maryland today for a convention. So I'd rather just be in the ones that I know are going to be comfortable, that aren't going to give me a headache. And that is pretty much that. So regardless, I know I did this super late. So I know I'm ending this vlog super late, but regardless, thank you so much for sticking with me this week. I hope you all have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you again next week.